Are we live? Let's check on my phone. Now we're live, I think. Okay. So, y'all, I had been going live on YouTube on Thursdays. And today, it just felt like something I should be doing on the Facebook. So let's see if it's working. Hold on. Last time I tried to do this on Facebook from my computer, it didn't work properly. So let's see. All right, cool. I think we're good. Perfect. Whatever, we're going to go with it either way. Oh, so I wrote a little thingy here to go with this video, and I just wanted to running an online business for as many years as I have to tell you that I've gone through this cycle time and time again. And it's really, honestly, one of those things that's just extremely annoying and aggravating for me, if I'm being honest. And it's the fact that, there's always someone else's opinion and someone's idea of what you should be doing and how you should be creating this thing, right? And so I'm going to use like a digital product as an example. Or like a book or a blog or whatever. But I hear this, I have to constantly, I don't want to say battle, but like come up against this in my own head and in my own life on the regular too. And I just know like a lot of clients and people who come to me, or just like in random conversation when they find out I run an online business, people want to talk about these things with me and ask me these kinds of questions. And the continuous thing is, I've been working on this website, I've been working on this book, I've been working on this thing, I have this whole notebook of ideas, and I have this whole thing of blah, 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 right? And then I ask them, okay, cool, that's amazing. Like, what are you doing every day to grow that business? Like, what are you, or to grow, you get people excited, get email, people on an email list, build your social media, like blah, blah, blah. Like, what are you doing? What are the actions that you're taking? And the actions that they keep saying that they're taking are behind the scenes just as much. So I think what kind of happens is that we feel like we are doing things, but what you have to ask yourself is, are these tasks that I keep piling on myself and stressing myself out about over and over and over again, are they actually moving me towards the goal and towards the definition, like, or the destination, I should say, that I'm wanting to get to? Are they actually moving me towards that, or are they just busy work? And so when I say that, it sounds kind of like dickish. Like busy work. No, to me, I'm doing things, like I'm doing valuable things that need to be done, blah, blah, blah. And you probably are. And, not gonna say but and if no one knows about it and you're not showing up in a way where you believe in what it is that you have written in this huge notebook of things, and see all these notebooks behind me, so many notebooks. If you're not showing up like that in a way where you believe it and you're enthusiastic and you're doing this and you're doing that, and then let me just explain that, like, that those tasks that you're filling your space with every day, all the time, the things, the busy work that you're creating, that doesn't really, I don't want to say it doesn't mean anything, but it's not, the likelihood that it's going to add up to what you're wanting it to add up to is low. Because the truth is that if we're not showing up and living in the way that meets whatever the thing is that or matches whatever the thing is that we're building, or we're wanting to create, or we're wanting to have, if we're not showing up in a way that matches that time and time again, day to day, if we're not doing that, then how do we expect the thing to ever come to fruition? How do we expect the thing to be seen by anyone, to be acknowledged by anyone? And so here's the other unfortunate piece of this puzzle, is a lot of times people will spend all of this time behind the scenes creating this thing, doing none of the stuff forward focusing or forward facing towards the people who might engage or join or buy from you or be a part of the thing that you're creating. All the stuff's doing behind the scenes. You're not doing any of it publicly. And then we never finish. So many people get to the third base, or they get to 80% completion, and they never swing through to home plate. And so now we're all guilty of this. I've done this. I have to watch it in my team because there's a part of the process that I realize that everyone else just kind of jumps ship. So we get about 80% through, and I ask for X, Y, and Z things, which tends to come to marketing materials and that sort of deal, and everyone freezes. And this is the part where it falls back on me for a few reasons. You know, I have to be realistic about that. That's what keeps happening, and then change the motion and finish the thing. So one of the things that I always tend to do, so what today's Thursday, a lot of times on Thursdays, I spend it wrapping up. And what I mean by that is I look at shit that I've started Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or things that, you know, were more complicated than they were supposed to be, or whatever. Things that happened Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday that aren't done yet. And I work to wrap them up on Thursday and Friday so that we're not moving into, you know, next week with a bunch of shit that's halfway done. That's the plan, right? Like that's the goal. And so, or that's never being finished. And so how do you do that when you run a smaller business? And when I say small business, I don't mean your income level or your sales number. I tend to mean like the size of your team, right? So I have a team of people, but there's not the piece of the puzzle that tends to fail or be left out isn't their job, right? Like I have them assigned to help with it, but is that their job expectation in some of those cases? No. So like my team being bigger, there would be a person that's their particular job, right? Is marketing only. So it does fall on me. And so in this case, there's two ways to look at this. Do I need to delegate more so that I have the space to create this? Or do I just need to show up differently? And now that is meaning, do I need to show up differently and live, like back to the beginning of our conversation, and live the product and show up as that thing and eat, sleep, and breathe it and say it to you 1,000 times, like, or do I need to do that? And I think the answer is a little bit of both, right? But the truth is, a lot of times when we don't show up and all we do is the behind the scenes, it's a way of self-sabotage. It's a way of freezing because that other thing is really scary, right? Or finishing it up is overwhelming. For me, I always feel in the back of my throat. Like that's how I know I need to take a step back and look at something and then show up differently. Is that I start to feel almost like a choke. And it's like a fear where my whole, like I literally will feel frozen, but it's not like cold, but like I almost go out of my body and I can't move, right? And I know that that is a sure tell sign that I need to show up differently and that it's something to do with me. And then I sit with that. And I think the thing is you have to be able to differentiate between the two places of, is this something I need to push through? Or is this something I need to sit with? Right? So those are two areas to go. I used to only push through. Only what I pushed through. That was the only thing I did. Push through, push through, push through. That was it. And when I would push through and get to the other side of something, was it finished? Usually, yeah. But was it successful? Usually not. Because my energy behind it wasn't the same. I wasn't showing up in the thing. Sure, maybe I finished the task, but it was the behind the scenes checking shit off of the list versus having the momentum and the energy engaged in a way that it was a part of me. So now I'm not even going to explain this, because if this is meant for you, you're going to see this video and it will make sense to you because you'll have similar things in your life or your business or in your household and how you operate, and it'll make sense to you. I don't need to like go into detail about who this fits and who it doesn't, but it's just a matter of, if things feel crunchy, I welcome you to ask yourself why. Is it because I'm not showing up? Is it because I need to push through? Or is it because I need to sit and be observant and understand why? And then you do that for a period. Like when I say a period, like a small period, and you figure shit out and you move forward. You either stop spending your time on that thing, or you know what I mean? Either way, you figure it out. And that's the whole point. But too many times we're just aimlessly jumping from one thing to the other. And that's wasting time and energy. That's never finding anything to completion. That's not showing up. Consistently, you're not showing up. And when that's what we're doing, right? So those are the questions to ask yourself. Those are things to sit with and move forward with. And start to figure out for yourself. Because I believe that the name of the game, the name of growth, the name of believing and living life differently than you do now and accepting whatever is constantly evaluating, being curious, reevaluating, looking at what's working and what's not, what feels good and what doesn't. That's how you don't get stuck in a hole that takes you years to dig out of. I just know this because I've dug out of a hole it took me years to dig out of, right? And it's not something I ever want to do again. So I'm constantly excavating and evaluating and reevaluating. And it's a constant forward motion in a productive way, but not in a way that's overwhelming, because it doesn't have to be. Usually it's only overwhelming if we're not being realistic, or if we're not putting anything forward facing, if everything's just, you know, hiding behind the scenes, checking a million tasks off of the list and then adding a million more. If that makes any sense, or any of this was helpful for you, first of all, thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you can. Oh, do we have a comment? We do. Hi. See, this is all weird. Hey, Emily, this is a strange new way for me to live stream, so I really am not clear about what I'm doing. So bear with me. But anyway, till next time, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you think anyone else can benefit from this, please hit that share button. I appreciate it anytime you do that. And if you are here watching, say what's up. Comment your favorite part. Comment any questions that you have. If you're watching the replay, let me know that you watched the replay. The more interaction that I get there, the more that these videos and these like live trainings will get dialed into exactly what you could possibly need or want to know more about. So the more interaction I get, the more precise these things can become for you, and so it's things that you're actually wanting to know about. So thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.